Ty Spiritual, and I'm back with another video, man. Simple. And I'm going to be talking to you guys today about Sadhguru speaking on the intense solar flares that are going to be headed towards Earth over the next 6 years. All right, so before I get into it, everybody, please stop, look below, hit the like button. Everybody that's in this premiere, hit the like button for me. Hit the subscribe button for me if you're new, and share this video somewhere. Share this video, actually share the video. I would greatly appreciate that, and that helps the message get out there. Now let's get right into it. Sadhguru spoke on the intense solar flares that are going to be happening over the next 6 years, that are going to be coming towards Earth from the sun. Now, it's very important that people be aware of this information right here. You see, we say the sun, and a lot of people say the sun, and they stop there. You got to realize what the ancients knew about the sun. You gotta be aware of the god, if you want to use that terminology, that was associated with the sun during these times. I'm talking about Marduk. I'm talking about Ra, the sun god. Okay? Now, the sun, or Ra, has 4 phases. Okay? 4 phases. You got the morning. That's Kef Ra. Okay? That's the sunrise. That's Kef Ra. You got the noon, the sun directly above your head. That's Ra at its strongest. Think about it. When that sun is at 12 o'clock, that's when it's usually near its hottest. Okay? Between 12 and 2, that's when it's usually at its hottest. That's Ra at its strongest. Okay? You got the afternoon, or you want to call it the sunset. That's Autumn Ra. Okay? Then you got nighttime, midnight. That's Amun Ra, or Amun Ra, whichever way you want to pronounce it. The word Amun or Amun means hidden one. Think about it. Where's the sun at 12 o'clock? Can you see it? No, it's hidden. Okay? So that's technically when Ra is at its weakest. All right? You see, Sadhguru speaks on solar flares, and he speaks on the sun, but he never goes in depth about the sun god. He never goes in depth about that. That's for a reason, because he pushes Shiva. He pushes Shiva's teachings. He pushes them in a direction to make it seem like that was first, and that's the origin. And it's not. Okay? Because you see, Shiva and Ra got into it back then. Because when Ra was building, Marduk was building the Tower of Babel to reach the gods, to contact what they called heaven, you want to say Nibiru, to contact them because of the things that were being done on the planet that he didn't like. Shiva played a role in destroying that Tower of Babel. Okay? The space bridge. He played a role in destroying that. Ra sealed Shiva away. So when they speak up, that's why they're doing these certain things, they're trying to free him from that dimension. I made whole videos on that. The whole CERN thing. How they're trying to bring this God from this dimension to here. How they literally said they want to summon the Anunnaki gods back from that realm to here. I made whole videos on that. Okay? But Sadhguru, to get back to him, he spoke on this. And he said that these solar flares are going to greatly benefit humanity. It's going to help raise vibrational frequencies. It's going to help this ascension. He didn't specifically say the ascension part, but that's what he's hinting at. Okay? And that's true. It is. But it also can do harm to those and frustrate those that are not moving in the direction of spirituality. You see? Think about it. When people get hot, what do they usually get? Upset, angry, frustrated. They do. These people that are not moving in the direction of spirituality, these solar flares, the UV index, the sun getting hotter, these things happening are going to make their life more and more uncomfortable. So while these solar flares are going to benefit us, they are. Those that are awakening, those that get their sun, those that meditate, raising their vibrational frequencies, eating healthy, putting plenty of water, high pH water in their bodies. While these solar flares are going to aid those, it is also going to weed out those slowly that are not moving into the direction of spirituality and raising their frequencies. I'm not saying this to put people in fear. No. But if you're in a position right now where you can't be outside for more than 5 minutes in the sun, you're in trouble. That's not a good thing at all. So for those that are still choosing to stay in the matrix, it's going to become harder and harder for them to stay in the matrix and stay sane. It's going to become harder and harder for them to completely stay oblivious to what's actually happening on this planet. It's going to become harder and harder. The things are going to get more and more frustrated. You're going to see more and more people acting out. That's why I said things aren't going to necessarily be pretty with this whole 5D ascension. It's not just going to be all love and light leading up to the completion of the 5D ascension. It's not. I can assure you. And the sun and these solar flares are going to play a role in that. Now, for those that are raising your vibrational frequency, you are aware. Or those that may just be becoming new to this. This may be your first video you've ever seen of this. For you, the best thing you can do is get yourself or keep yourself where you need to be. Meditating, eating healthy, eating fruit, eating organic, getting high pH water, grounding, all these things. Make sure you're doing the energy of this planet. Make sure you're doing these things, okay? So you can, every time one of those solar flares come, it's a boost for your system. Boost up, boost up, boost up. Instead of knocking you down, knocking you down, knocking you down. Do what you need to do, because over the next 6 years, like Sadhguru said, these solar flares are going to be happening. This is a very, very pivotal time for this 5D ascension for you guys. So understand, do what you need to do. Don't get distracted. I'm not telling you don't have fun or nothing like that. Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted. Stay on course. Because while these solar flares are going to be a benefit to this 5D ascension, to raising people's frequency, like I explained to you earlier, it's also going to have some negative effects to it. There's a downside to it, because these people that are not moving in that direction of awakening, these people that cannot take the sun at all are going to get more and more and more frustrated, and they're going to start acting out, which is going to lead to more chaotic things happening on this planet. Okay, understand this. All right, and for those that are watching this video and you may not be spiritually aware of anything, understand this. Egyptians did not worship the sun. I do not worship the sun. A lot of spiritualists do not worship the sun. They simply acknowledge their divine connection to the sun, especially those of the copper race, because they understood how the sun benefits them, how it benefits their melanin, how it helps awaken them spiritually, how it stimulates their aura, how it can decalcify and activate their pineal gland, how it can activate their spiritual DNA, raise their frequencies. They understood this. They understood these things. And a lot of people now understand these things. So it's not sun worship, okay? It's not. It's understanding your connection to the sun. So what Sadhguru said was true. But Sadhguru speaks with an agenda. That agenda is to put Shiva and Shiva's teachings first. That's that agenda. Because he rarely speaks on Egypt. He rarely speaks on the Egyptian gods. I don't think he's ever spoken on them. But he knows. He knows. I guarantee you, he knows. I uploaded a video earlier when I was speaking about religion, early in my channel's history, where this man said that mummies were buried in the pyramids, when in reality, they've never found a mummy buried in a pyramid. The pyramids weren't created and aligned with the Orion constellation so they can bury mummies in them. The mummies are buried in the Valley of the Kings. The pyramid's function is to shoot DNA, activation codes up into space. The pyramid's functions were to float at night and terraform planets. That's the pyramid's functions. That's what they did. Something as grand as that is not built just so you can bury somebody in it. That's foolish. But that's the mainstream narrative that a lot of people accept because you see it in cartoons, people go into pyramids and they're getting chased by mummies. That's not true. And Sadhguru knows that. He knows that. But again, he speaks with an agenda. I'm not saying all of his teachings are necessarily bad or not useful. No, I learned a lot from him. But I also learned he speaks with an agenda. Okay? But he was correct when it comes to these solar flares coming to this planet. But the main people that can benefit the most from these solar flares are copper race individuals. That's not superiority. But this body came first. Okay? But everybody needs what's happening on this planet. Everybody needs the sun. Okay? But understand the difference. Not everybody can be in the sun as long as others. That's just how things are. So if you're of other races and you can't be in the sun that long, don't force yourself to be in the sun for a long duration of time and get sunburned. Don't do that. Do what you can. Okay? Do what you can to the best of your abilities. And those that can be in the sun for a very long time, do what you can. Okay? But the issue is people confuse them being lazy and them setting their own limitations on themselves due to them being lazy and not wanting to change and raise their frequencies as that being the best they can. No, it's not. That's not the best you can do. Okay? But anyways, I'm finna wrap this video up. These solar flares are going to be happening over the next 6 years. Very pivotal that everybody that is seeking spiritual information be aware of this. Have yourself where you need to be. So when they hit this planet, you benefit, and you don't be one of these individuals that's freaking out, getting frustrated from the heat and the sun, because you know what's happening. You're aware of what's happening. Those that are choosing to stay asleep, it's going to become harder and harder for them to ignore what's really happening. I guarantee you. Anyways, thank you guys all for watching. Remember, we are all spiritual beings having a human experience. Ty Spiritual signing out, bro. And like the Navi said in Avatar, I see you. Until we meet again. Simple.